The number one mistake people make with property investment is looking within their local area. Now, this is a very common mistake people make because we know the area we live in. We know the schools that we send our children to, we know the shops where they are, we know the public transport. So it is very common for people, as their first instinct, just to look in the local area. The thing that Reventon can do for you is give you information about your local area, but also compare that with other areas. Now, we have been very successful for a number of years recommending the next hotspots, and that comes from the data that we find in these reports that we would be sharing with you. So it would be probably the best advice I can give anybody would be don't make mistake number one when it comes to property investment and look outside of your local area. The next mistake people often make when it comes to property investment is not having a financial consultation first. The number one thing you have to do when you're looking at buying a property for investment is work out exactly how much you can spend. It's important to have a budget. It's important to then stick to that budget. The market is booming all across the country, and it's easy to get carried away and think I have to pay more, I have to pay more. That's what the market's demanding. It's not the case. So the first step would be talk to a broker. Speak to a broker to find out what your borrowing power looks like. What is your capacity? And then from that, set yourself a budget. Now, the team here at Reventon, we have financial brokers in our office, and they can assist you via Zoom or in-office consultation to work out exactly how much you could borrow, therefore you can determine a budget. The next mistake that we see all too common here at Reventon is people not selecting the right property type for their goals. Now, what I mean by that is, if your goal is to build a property portfolio, we must find properties that have capital growth. You cannot build a property portfolio with cash flow, meaning rental income. And if you're solely reliant on rental income without the capital growth, you won't be able to buy that next property. So it's really important that we educate people on the different types of asset classes within investment. So there's apartments, there's townhouses, townhomes and houses. And then there's also the new versus established argument to have as well. So it's important that we speak to our investors and work out exactly what their goals are so that we can provide them with the best information that's going to suit their investment needs. And the next mistake we see investors make all the time is trying to do it all themselves. Now, we are not all Superman or Superwoman here. We do need a team of people behind us if we are going to build a property portfolio. Let me talk to you about an example of a young couple we just helped here at Reventon. We helped them find the right area. So we educated them through thousands of hours of research that our team do every single year. We educated them on the area, why they should buy, the population growth, the infrastructure, the investment going into an area, and the jobs, local jobs in the local market. We then helped them find the perfect property in that market for their needs. We hit their budget and the property type that they were after. They purchased that property, it settled in March this year. We expected they would get $450 a week in rent. They actually got $520 a week in rent, and that property has grown 33% in just over 1 year. Now that's a fantastic case study, one of many that we have here at Reventon, and your consultant would be happy to talk to you more about how we can best suit you and your goals to achieve something similar.